Yo, what's happening guys, and welcome to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare Battle Royale. We're going to be talking about the prospect of Modern Warfare Battle Royale. It has been leaked that there's going to be a new BR mode coming out in Modern Warfare, with a map triple the size of Blackout, 200 players. It's been leaked that they've got up to 150 players, and it's going to be up to 200 players. Also, Shroud said he was at Infinity Ward testing out the new game, and obviously we all know that Shroud is a Battle Royale player, so you never know, there could be a Battle Royale game mode. I think Infinity Ward would be crazy not to, considering how popular Blackout was when it first came out, and I think it would get streamers on board like Ninja, Doctor, Summit, all of the top streamers on Twitch would play the BR. But I think the campaign mode and the multiplayer, they do taper off a little bit towards the end of the year. I think Battle Royale would be hugely popular in Modern Warfare, so we're going to talk about 10 things today that Modern Warfare could do a lot better than Blackout. Now just a little bit of a note on the gameplay here, this is an 18 kill win in Alcatraz. I got it recently, the audio is absolutely terrible in this video, so I'm super happy to be using it for this gameplay. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Go ahead and drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We're on 44,000 subscribers here, let's see if we can hit 50,000 subscribers really soon guys, and yeah, like I said, if you do enjoy it, hit that sub button, get those notifications turned on. Without any further ado guys, let's hop up straight into number 10 here. So for number 10, more balanced vehicles. There's not a huge amount of vehicles in Blackout, but especially in the hot pursuit mode, everybody was driving about in cars. You're getting one-shot killed by cars, which was super frustrating. I think they should add more of a balance to those. Literally, if a vehicle touches you whatsoever, you're dead. I think they should add more of a bouncing effect, where you like just get hit by the vehicles and get damaged. Or maybe completely remove one-shot kills with vehicles. I just don't think it's a balanced mechanic in any Battle Royale game. H1Z1 removed it for a good reason. Obviously it's in PUBG, but in PUBG you have to realise that the map is like triple the size. There's not that many people driving about, and the driving is very clunky in PUBG, whereas this is more of a fast-paced game. I just don't think that one-shot kill cars are really balanced in Blackout, and that's what I would like to see, more balanced vehicles in Modern Warfare. For number 9, more balanced perks. I think the perks were an awesome idea in this game. There was a couple of ones that I had a problem with, mainly dead silence. I think not being able to hear somebody's footsteps is ridiculous in a Battle Royale. It's one of the main indicators that somebody's close by. It means that people can't just creep about and sneak up on you. You should always know if somebody's walking behind you. I don't think that there should be RNG sound in the game. Random number generator sound. I think it's a little bit silly. So if Infinity Ward does decide to add perks into Modern Warfare Battle Royale, I think they should completely get rid of dead silence. As far as awareness goes, I'm pretty happy with awareness. Skulker kind of has a similar problem to dead silence. Obviously crouching makes you sound a little bit lower, but I think just overall the entire sound in the game is probably what I should be talking about here. I think just overall more balanced perks and more balanced sound in the game would make a huge difference and make people enjoy it a lot more. For number 8, better armor balance. Now, I think the armor is actually in a pretty decent spot right now. As you guys can see, I'm absolutely melting with the Demon. But whenever Blackout first came out, level 3 armor just was an absolute bullet sponge. You could snipe people in the face, they don't die. You spray a ton of bullets into people, and literally it just came down to who had the better armor at times, because of obviously Call of Duty shooting with heavy armor. It really is imbalanced and pretty unfair to the person with the lower armor. I think it is pretty balanced now. There's mostly level 1 and level 2 armors, and there's only a few bullets difference between killing each other with those armors. But I think that is something that Infinity Ward should address and should get right first time in Modern Warfare. I think that was one of the huge off-puts for people at the very beginning of Blackout, and if Modern Warfare can hit the ground running with that, I think it will make a huge difference to the amount of people who stay in the game. So for number 7, better looting. Especially in console, looting is very frustrating at times. Whenever you open somebody's body bag and you're flicking through the items and pressing square, sometimes you get stuck inside the bag and you can't shoot. Sometimes you're trying to open the bag but you're picking stuff up instead. What I'd like to see is just better inventory management, better looting. For example, if you're like walking past something, you can press start or press a certain button to open up a proximity, and you can pick items up from a proximity in a list. Instead of obviously like picking stuff up by accident, accidentally swapping armor. I think when you pick up an item, the item that you just swapped should get thrown out behind you. It should kind of fly away from your body. It shouldn't just like land directly below you. Kind of like in H1Z1, when you pick something up, the item that you were once holding just gets kind of thrown away. I think that would be a good idea for Modern Warfare and Blackout, and I think just overall better inventory management and looting would make the game a lot more fun and a lot better, because realistically nobody likes getting stuck in a loot bag and dying as a result of it. For number 6, better snipers. I think the snipers in this game are not the best. For one-shot kills, you have to basically shoot somebody who's got a level 1 or 2 armor and who doesn't have a trauma kit. The Outlaw, Koshka, or Paladin does not one-shot kill a trauma kit. Personally, I think if you've got a Paladin, you should be able to one-shot kill somebody if they've got a level 3 armor or a trauma kit. I think if you've got a Koshka, you can, let's say, one-shot kill somebody with a trauma kit, and the outlaw should probably stay the way it is. There should be some kind of a tier progression with snipers where obviously the outlaw shoots faster so it does less damage. The Koshka can one-shot kill either a level 3 armor or a trauma kit, and doesn't matter what somebody has, if you've got a paladin it'll one-shot kill them. Just to specify, I'm talking about headshots. You know, if you shoot somebody in the body, obviously it shouldn't be a one-shot kill. I think there's nothing more satisfying than hitting a really nice snipe across the map, especially if you're leading your shots and shooting in front of people and using bullet drop and all that kind of stuff. You know, not getting a one-shot kill with a sniper is a little bit stupid and a little bit frustrating at times. So hopefully that is something that is addressed in Modern Warfare's Battle Royale. Number 5, I want to talk about firsting and respawn beacons. So obviously respawn beacons was an idea that was introduced by Apex Legends, and you know, Fortnite copy and pasted that shit into their game, and obviously a lot of people like it in Fortnite too. I think a respawn beacon in every game mode in Blackout would be absolutely awesome, in duos and squads obviously. If you lose your teammate at the start of the match and you have to wait for 15 or 20 minutes for the match to end, you know, it is very, very frustrating. So I think, you know, if you do get firsted or if you do get killed very early on, at the very least your teammate can pick up your tag, bring it to a respawn beacon and respawn you at certain locations around the map. I think that would be a great idea. I also think, just like Fortnite, they should add a little bit of a first protection. So like whenever you first get knocked, you can't automatically get firsted. There's like a couple of seconds where you're invincible or something like that. Because usually what happens is, you fight somebody, they knock you, they spray you to death, and then they get sprayed by your teammate and they die. So if people actually realized, you know, that they're basically getting themselves killed by firsting, you know, I think it would be a lot better for the game where people aren't trying to first you, and obviously you're not getting firsted. You know, it just really doesn't make a lot of sense. It's obviously really bad gameplay, you know, just to keep shooting a body who's down when there's a teammate who's up close by. I'm sure you guys have experienced it a lot in this game. It is very, very frustrating. So hopefully that is something they can fix for Modern Warfare, respawn beacons and protection against firsting. For number 4, we're going to talk about the map in general. I think they should add a bigger map. Like I said, it's been leaked that there will be a map 3 times the size of Blackout. I think this is awesome. I think one of the things that makes PUBG unique, feels like an adventure, an experience, and really gives it that Battle Royale feeling, is a bigger map. You know, not getting gunfights every minute. I think having a bigger map is really what gives Battle Royale its feel. And I think that would be very, very important for Modern Warfare. Especially if they're adding 150 or 200 players. Having triple the map size in that game, I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to give us like PUBG feelings, but with more fluid mechanics and stuff like that. I think it will honestly be really, really good for the game, and it will be able to attract a lot of people from PUBG to Modern Warfare. We've had actually 2 maps in this game, Alcatraz and the original map. I think they should be adding a new map to the game every 4 to 6 months, even every 3 months if they were able to do so. Usually what PUBG does is adds a map every 6 months. They started with Erangel, they brought in Miramar, Sanhok, Vikendi, and then they're adding Erangel Remastered. I think Blackout, or in Infinity Ward with Infinity Ward's Battle Royale, should attempt to bring out a new map every couple of months just to keep the game fresh. Like for the main playlist, there should be more than one map, and that will definitely add a lot of new content to the game and make it a lot more fresh for sure. For number 3, well, let's talk about BS equipment. I think they should really try to restrict the amount of BS equipment in the game. And what I would consider to be BS equipment would be, for example, the Guardian Shield, where you can camp in a room with a Guardian Shield and microwave somebody and they can't move. Razor Wire, basically camping equipment, Razor Wire, Torx equipment. The 9-bang that was in the game was absolutely ridiculous. Obviously it got completely removed, but that is something that hugely put off a lot of people at the start as well. Stun grenades, those are still a little bit ridiculous, but they're not as common. I think getting stunned in a Battle Royale game, basically getting taken down by something that requires absolutely no skill to use whatsoever, I think they should try to avoid all of those types of things at all costs, and try to make it as fair as possible. Obviously in any Battle Royale game there is going to be RNG of the stuff that you find, but I think, you know, stunning somebody and them not being able to aim down sights and like shoot back and stuff like that, you know, that is not good for the game. From what I can see in Modern Warfare, you can aim down sights whenever you're stunned, so that is definitely a good improvement. And I think, you know, overall I should try to restrict the amount of BS equipment. For number 2, no pay to win. This is a huge thing. We did talk a little bit about snipers. They added the pay to win locus, which is if you happen to get the locus out of the black market, it's a one-shot kill to anything if you shoot them in the head. So with the paladin, you cannot one-shot kill a level 3 armor, and you cannot one-shot kill a trauma kit. If somebody has both of those items on at one time, you can one-shot kill with the locus. The Vendetta is absolutely crazy good. The Peacekeeper is a complete laser beam. And some of the other weapons like the Stingray and the Tiger Shark are extremely good in multiplayer. I think Infinity Ward needs to completely take pay to win out of the game. It's really just an insult to their fan base, especially in a Battle Royale game mode. You know, having pay to win weapons is not the way to go. I don't think I really need to explain that too much, but yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree that it is just completely unfair, and they should try to keep everything as balanced as possible. And finally, number 1. Let me know, guys, in the comments down below, what's your number 1 on your list? And, you know, if you guys want to give me your top 10, go on ahead and do so in the comments down below. But for number 1, I think the game should be released separately. Now, I would love to say it should go free to play, but I don't think Activision are really into the free to play model too much. But definitely if they released Modern Warfare Battle Royale and Modern Warfare like campaign multiplayer and Spec Ops separately, I think that would be huge for the game. One of the biggest off-putting factors with Blackout was that people didn't want to pay $60 or $100 or whatever for multiplayer, zombies, and Battle Royale. A lot of people just wanted to play BR, and I think Infinity Ward should realise that they probably would make a lot more sales if they just sold it separately. If they went free to play and had a really good model, like a really good battle pass, you know, lots of skins in the item shop, you know, really try to like do a Fortnite type of thing with the game where it's lots of cosmetic stuff to buy, and you know, lots of cool cosmetics. If they released the game separately, balanced everything completely differently, I think that would be hugely popular, and I think that would really blow up Modern Warfare Battle Royale. Once again, I can only dream that it goes free to play, because think of the amount of players that would come to Modern Warfare Battle Royale if it was free. It would be absolutely insane. It would honestly blow up so hard. And hopefully Infinity Ward and Activision do realise that, you know, they're a little bit stuck in their older ways. Free to play is the way to go for Battle Royales, but at the very, very least, I hope they do release it separately. But yo guys, that's my top 10 list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys are hyped for the prospect of Modern Warfare having a BR. Do you guys think they should? Do you guys think they shouldn't? A lot of you guys have said that, you know, they put too much focus on Battle Royale and don't really focus on multiplayer, so I do get that side of things, but if they have 2 separate teams for those, you know, I think Modern Warfare Battle Royale would be hugely successful. But yeah, that's it guys. If you did enjoy today's video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We've got 44,000 beautiful people here. If you would like to join, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the notification squad, and until next time, this has been King Plays, good luck, and peace out.
What up, Marina? You know how we do. They telling me to take the safe route. This is the detour. Hoodie, baby, you ain't seen a kid like this before him. Late night